Notes from the Upper West Side, a novel by Dan Wrench.
Chapter 137, Little Girly Chops. That's what's great about the chemical approach to combing out the psycho-lice nesting in the odd skull. Humans love to yap, and chicks in particular will pin you down at brunch and talk you into a whinge coma about their feelings. But there's nothing like a little male scientist sitting in a room saying, "Fuck it, people get depressed because there's too much sucks balls and ace in the medulla Eldorado." Yeah, I started taking the brain drugs a few years ago. Back then, before Paxamander, it was a drug called Luxabel or Luxalude or something. I just called it Lux. Jessica was hesitant at first, but hey, I'd seen the Ask Your Doctor commercial and was pretty insistent. Back in those days, I got it in my head somehow that a random stranger was going to stab me on my way to work or waiting for the bus. Some tourist who hated New Yorkers would see me on the sidewalk and cut out my guts. I know you're thinking, pretty paranoid. Are you a standard loser or one of those short bus losers with the IQ of a potato? Well, maybe you don't remember, but back a few years ago, every night on the news, somebody ended up rushed to the hospital with a stab wound they got from some rando looking for normies to knife. So Jessica finally gave me some Lux and boom. It took a few days, but sure enough, after a while, I didn't give a rat's raw rectum about strangers with knives. The guts are right here, you damn kids, yeah? The only problem was that I didn't give a rat's raw rectum about oncoming cars either. And boy, did I have to do some fast talking to more than one angry cop. But Jessica adjusted the dosage, and a few weeks later, I could laugh at stabbers and still avoid traffic. Shit, I thought back in the tobacco factory with Cammy and Bang. Yeah. Then I sang, "Paranoia gonna get you," which is from that song by that group. Then I ripped another long, loud gig cackle. "Eat it, you fucks, ya." And I'm looking at Bang, and he's sort of giving me this woe is me look, but who the fuck cares? I'm on drugs, man. You want to feel as good as me? Maybe you should be on drugs. Then Fonda came back from the retail room because apparently Bobby showed up, and he was out there minding the store, even though he never dresses as nice as he makes the other store minders dress. Now it's me on one side of the room, and Bang in a corner near the door, and the one babe, Fonda, and the one slit, Cammy, over in their corner as deep into the room as they can bury themselves. And after a while, from that corner comes a lot of suspicious giggling and murmurs. Bang noticed it too. "Save me, somebody," he said. "La Mama whispering and giggling, and you know that can't be good." Giggles. Guilty giggles. "Ah, Jesus," Bang said. "Who's getting grizzled?" Really guilty giggles. Then Cammy says, "Just gratifying a fixation." And Fonda says, like she's daring herself to speak, An oral fixation." Big bursts of guilty, grizzled giggles. "Christ, I had to ask," says Bang. It was an awkward moment. I was too high on Pax to feel the jealousy, but I knew I was supposed to be on the spot. "No comment, Paul?" Peals of laughter from Cunt Corner. It was Fonda with her big CG lips who'd asked the question. I'd been warming to her, liking her up a little, thought she had some compassion in her, but no, she was just another giggly schoolyard twat. But back then on Paxamander, I felt magnanimous. So a few death-long beats after Fonda said, "No comment, Paul," I decided to play the mature card. "You know," I said, my voice getting all low and adult, "I'm glad Cameron's libido is gratified at last by some person. Any person." When you get a little older, Cameron, you will no doubt feel happy for your past affinities who have gone on to find someone new. A hush came over the room. You could see 3 sets of snark detectors twitching silently, like I was about to bust her little girly chops. I went over to her. I looked right at her, caring. "Truly," I said, "you deserve happiness in every form." She looked back at me.
Oh my God, will you please stop with that stupid baritone? It's not fooling anyone. Truly.
"As strange as it may seem," mature me said, "I believe we still have a connection." I looked deep in her eyes. "And I want you to be happy."
We so do not have a connection, Cammy said. Jesus! Just thinking about it makes me want to throw up all over your stupid linen Henley.
Oh yeah, I was wearing the shirt I got from Junior last Christmas. And right about then was when the Paxamander stopped working. Not like it was out of my bloodstream or anything. I could feel it still splashing around, but Bang's big sad face broke through the fog of happy and reminded me this was the 3rd time or maybe the 4th time in 15 minutes the bitch had gone out of her way to make me feel like Gollum. Cammy looked at Fonda for support, a back-me-up look. Fonda touched her shoulder gently.
Jesus Christ, Cammy said to her. Are you telling me you believe this half-talent with the cigarette penis?
That hurt. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm a full talent, you know? With a cigar penis. Bang and Fonda looked over to me simultaneously. "Cameron," I said, still with the mature voice, "I believe I understand what you feel and why you feel it. And I have to admit, I believe you have good cause, but call it getting older, call it experience. I can do no more than wish you well as you move on." Fonda looked back at Cammy and stroked the back of Cammy's neck.
Ugh!
Cammy cried. She pulled away from Fonda and jumped to her feet.
Wish you well, she screamed at the other two. Wish you well? He's a cartoon character.
She shot a look at Bang.
Hey, don't look at me,
he cried like she winged him in a shootout.
I don't think about this stuff. I'm still amazed Bobby came up with a tobacco that tastes like Mound and campus kids send us money for it.
Cammy narrowed her stare at Bang. She was shocked. She looked at Fonda. Fonda stared up at her with big, puddly eyes. "Ah!" Cammy cried again and stomped out of the room, dragging her biker jacket with her.
Notes from the Upper West Side is a work of fiction. The people depicted in this work do not exist.
Notes from the Upper West Side. Copyright 2024 by Dan Wrench.